The Premier League has enjoyed super exciting competition created by master strategists like Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp and Man City's Pep Guardiola. These are two excellent coaches leading two clubs at their peak. The hug between Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola felt longer and heavier than usual. They knew, exhausted after 99 minutes of absurdly high-octane action, that this was the last time they would share such a moment together. In 10 weeks, Klopp, who once admitted that he had run out of energy, will have the most tearful farewell at Anfield. Don't blame him. Above all, this is an opportunity to enjoy what happens when two football teams are built by two master coaches and constantly compete with each other. As a tournament with only one winner, this is grueling, resilient and captivating. It provided a final precious reminder of the best competition, in terms of pure quality, that the Premier League has ever seen. It is true that the duel between Arsène Wenger's Arsenal and Sir Alex Ferguson's MU is fiercer and more tense. But the duels of this Klopp-Guardiola era have set the highest class standards. Sometimes, Klopp waved his hand at the Liverpool fans behind him, as if asking them to acknowledge his performance standards. His agitation was well-founded, as Liverpool's 20-minute attack in the second half subjected Man City to intense torture in a way rarely seen before. A tsunami, Guardiola called it admiringly. No one wants to have too much love for the opposing coach. The danger was laid too thick when at the end of the dramatic 2-2 draw at the Etihad in 2022, Pep appreciated Klopp in all his words. On this occasion, feelings for each other can be forgiven, because they realized that these confrontations are over. After 22 games, 73 goals and more history on the road than can be counted, a great chapter in the Premier League between them has come to a close. In football, people rarely call for gratitude, but for this, perhaps we should make an exception. There are many brilliant performances to mark the end of the story. From Alexis Mac Allister, the master puppeteer in midfield, to Virgil van Dijk, the insufferable giant at the back, Liverpool have created a feast for the senses. City have also discovered qualities they are rarely asked to display, with John Stones and Manuel Akanji at the forefront under constant pressure. Klopp must be wondering what he has to do to defeat these players. The opposition has helped both raise their level, and it's all shown in the numbers. Liverpool ended the 2019 season with 97 points, and 92 points 3 years later. Both times, Man City surpassed them in the final round. It was breathtaking, Gary Lineker described the match. It seems that Liverpool always finds ever more complicated ways to create scoring opportunities against Man City. What is surprising is that whenever these two clubs have met in the past 8 years, it has been almost guaranteed. Take the day in 2018 when Liverpool won 4-3 at Anfield, in a campaign in which Man City became the first Premier League team to amass 100 points. Or Man City's 2-1 win at the Etihad in 2019, when they gave early warning of a late-season surge, marked by 14 consecutive wins. It was a wild, intoxicating ride, with these two clubs so outclassing the rest that, for a long time, they could have been playing their own game. This time, there is an additional attractive ingredient as Mikel Arteta's Arsenal is at its peak. As Arsenal played the closest title contenders, Ferguson had a pizza thrown at him in the Old Trafford tunnel by Cesc Fabregas, while Ruud van Nistelrooy was shouted at by Martin Keown. The combination of the classic rivalry between Arsenal and MU seems more bitter, and even more toxic. On the contrary, Liverpool versus Man City is a joy for purists. The foundation of sophisticated football is the fascinating clash of personalities of the two coaches, between Guardiola, the classically refined leader of Catalonia, and Klopp, the German rock metal enthusiast. On paper, these two artists seem like complete opposites. But together, they composed a beautiful symphony. The only pity is that this is the last move. When Klopp gave hugs after the match, he didn't stop at Guardiola. He also hugged Kevin De Bruyne, aware of the brilliance the Belgian brought to this story. Although it wasn't De Bruyne's greatest day, as he was substituted after an hour due to too many errors in possession, Klopp knew he was a game-changer. For all the disappointment that engulfed Klopp at the final whistle, not least referee Michael Oliver's rejection of a penalty for Jeremy Doku's collision with Mac Allister, he remained mindful of the bigger picture. Klopp realized that in 3 months' time, the disappointment of facing Man City would forever disappear from his life. To some extent, that can feel like a liberation. But other times it feels like a loss. The Premier League has enjoyed the best of this Man City-Liverpool dynamic, as the two teams have taken each other to previously unimaginable heights of excellence. The perfectionists had taken the game to a new level compared to the Ferguson-Wenger era, and the thought that they might never play again weighed heavily in the drizzly atmosphere on Merseyside. After the latest in a series of confrontations, the only reasonable response is gratitude.